Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all doing well today. And today we're going to be talking about one of my first lenses. This is the 18 to 55 millimeter. It is a DX lens and only fixed on a DX format camera, but it is VR. Let me tell you a little bit why I like this lens. Because it is lightweight, it actually gives you very sharp images. Look how smooth this is. This is very, very smooth when you're trying to zoom in and out. But this lens actually really gave me some really good images. And to be honest, this is what got my mom started with her Nikon camera. She saw that I had the Nikon D60 with this lens, and she's like, "Oh my gosh, I want to get pictures like yours." At the time, she was using an old Olympus E-Volt 500, I believe it was, an E500, and it just produced images that weren't that great because of the lower megapixels in the image sensor. So she didn't like the quality she was getting. So when she saw the Nikon pictures and this lens, she's like, "Oh gosh, I gotta get that lens. I gotta get this camera." So she got the camera, she got a Nikon D90, and I had this lens, so I just let her use my lens. So, long story short, this is what really got her into Nikon, and what really got me more into my Nikon as well, because I saw the images that I produced with my, that were produced with my Nikon D60, and this lens is a really good lens, and this lens is a very inexpensive lens as well. So you can probably pick up this lens for about 50 to 70 bucks, I would say, on the used market. And when you're searching for that, just look for one that's in really good condition, one that's probably like new, or anything that has, you want to look for one that has no dust and it's not scratched up. And if you can, see if someone had a filter on it as well. This is a slower lens. I'd say it's great for beginners, and if you're really a patient photographer, it's not great for sports and things like that because it's not a fast focusing lens. But when you use it, it's gonna give you really nice images. You just have to be patient. That's what I was basically saying before. Anyway, so it is plastic, so when you look at this, it does have a plastic mount. It's not a metal mount. That's kind of one of the downfalls of this, because it's not like, I've seen cheaper lenses than this where they're not to where they're really, really plasticky. This is plasticky, but it does still have the rubber grip around the lens that makes it really nice, so you can have a good handle on it. It has a little bit of weight on it, so it's not like it's cheapy, but it's a lens that isn't made as well as some of like the older film lenses, or even some of the newer FX lenses that you can find on the market. Now, this is comparable to the 1685. In some cases, this actually shoots better than the 1685. In some cases, it just depends on what f-stop you're using and everything like that. I even heard rumors that you can, or not heard, but I've read things to where it shows that this lens can actually perform in some cases better than 18 to 200. But this lens also has distortion, but your camera will accommodate and help you with that as well. So if you have a newer camera, I'd say, I think it was from D90 and up, that the camera helps with in-lens distortion. So, which I never understood that until recently, to be honest, because I've been doing a lot more research on these things, and I didn't realize the camera actually fixes distortion, and that nowadays a lot of lenses actually have a lot more distortion, but they're able to get away with that because the camera fixes it, the distortion, after you take the picture. So it's kind of interesting, the science behind it all. Yeah, but the 1685, it's a newer lens than this one, but I still think even for the price and age of this one still kind of outperforms in a way. I mean, for price, you're gonna pay a lot less. This thing you can get for like 55 bucks. I've seen it on eBay. You can even get it from like K&H really cheap. So K&H, yeah, Keh. You can get it used really for a really good price. So, and there's different versions of this lens. This is the oldest one. This is like the one from 2008. There are lenses that are newer that have the quiet focusing motor in them. That's what I was trying to say. The quiet focusing motor that makes the lens very quiet, but that's for a camera that's newer. I'd say like probably the D7200 cameras like that. It's not compatible on the D7000 and below because the way that the lens talks to the camera. So when you are using that lens, it doesn't know how to use the silent motor drive on the lens to where it's quietly focusing. I'm not exactly sure how that works because I don't actually have that lens, but I'd be interested to find out what it really does. And if it doesn't work, well, I'd be out, maybe 60 bucks, but it's worth a try because I can always use it on a different camera in the future. But the thing is that this lens is a good lens. It is very sharp in many ways. The glass in here is actually very comparable to the 1685 and the 18-200. So it just this is a shorter lens, of course, so it's not going to give you the 200. But they make the 55-200, which is also a very nice lens. Now, another thing with this is you can get very close to your subject with this lens. So it's like about, I don't know, you probably get pretty close. I'd say about that close if you get an idea. But it literally is like this close to your subject, and it will focus pretty well. So that's one good thing. With the 1685, you can't do that because I also have that lens. That's actually my mom's lens, and you can't do that with that lens. You have to go further back. So that's a nice thing with this lens, and that's why it's great for a beginner, because you can actually take some close-up images with with macro in mind. It's not a macro lens, but it does pretty good for what it is. And also I'll show you some sample images of that as well. So let's go ahead and check out those images. Now we think about it, I want to show you what I have taken with this lens and kind of give you an idea why I think it's a good lens for today, even in 2022, because this does a pretty good job for its age, for what it is. And even the other versions I'm sure do a great job. It's a fantastic little lens for being so cheap. So let's go ahead and check it out. I'm going to show you a series of images that I've gotten with this lens and give you an idea how good it actually is for the price. So I found a place that's a really neat place. It's our local rose garden. I thought it'd be a perfect place to go ahead and check out this lens and see what it can really do. So let's get out there and let's take some pictures. So the cool thing about this lens is that it is very lightweight, even on a bigger camera, like the D7000 with the battery grip. So it makes it very easy to carry around. The thing that is a weak point of this lens is if you try to put a polarizer on it, it actually will spin. So if you see the actual whole focus ring spins. So that is kind of a bad part if you are using a polarizer. Yeah. VR does work very well on this lens though. It's a very good lens. It's a very good lens. Alright guys, well I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please hit the like button and please subscribe to my channel. I'd really appreciate it if you did, because it really helps me out as a YouTuber grow, and it helps me create more videos and just really gets more content out there. I really appreciate you guys. Thank you for all the people that have subscribed to my channel. You guys are awesome. You guys are great. You guys have been so supportive and so kind in so many ways. So thank you again for everything. And I really just appreciate you all. So if you did like this, yeah, go ahead and hit that like button, subscribe, and yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Okay, take care, okay? Little bugs around here, you know? There's a dead rabbit's foot right below me. Like a skeletal rabbit's foot with hair. That's not okay. I mean, some coyote came around and ate the poor thing and left its foot. Anyway. It's great. Take pictures, it's great. It's amazing what you find.